Welcome to this week's Desmondstonders and our August bank holiday trip to Backwater Reservoir.
This weekend we're at Backwater Reservoir. Colin's here and Lindsay and Colin are taking a walk up the old logging road. I'm listening to the cricket, listening to the Canada geese, watching loads of thrush and some mixed finches, swallows, all sorts of bird life. Let's take a look round. There's Backwater Reservoir itself. The fields over the other side are where the geese are. It's grey, overcast but quite bright and not very windy. The fields over the other side of the reservoir full of Canada geese. These trees and nearby trees, the few that are left, are full of birds. You can see the Betty Bee through the trees. We'll try and get video of some of the bird life as we're here this weekend. But apparently they don't want you dying in the reservoir. At one time this was all forested and offered protection.
Let's take a look at some of the bird life. And a pair of swallows preparing for the long flight back to Africa. A thrush wondering where the swallows are going. And all weekend lots and lots of Canada geese. And they made plenty of noise about being there. They weren't the only users of the reservoir. Many canoeists were enjoying the water. But there was definitely Canada geese. But here's a different view of the drone before we go flying. Backwater Reservoir is obviously man-made, but it seems to sit nicely within this part of the landscape. And you can see from the rising fish throughout the weekend that we saw that there is plenty of brown trout to be had from the reservoir. But let's have a look around and see what there is to see. There we can see the cleared woodland and the many tracks where the logging machines have removed the trees. And coming into view there, the viewpoint with the Betty B and Desmond parked up.
Backwater Reservoir. It's evening on the Saturday. Everything's quietening down. The geese are moving off the reservoir. The sun has gone behind the clouds. I'm all set up trying to get a time lapse of a sunset later, so we're not going to get that. It's been a quiet day. Bit of drone flying, bird watching. We had an osprey fly past earlier on. Kind of late for them, but we're still seeing them. There's other people here, I suspect they'll move on later.
No sunset to speak of, but the clouds put on a show for us instead. To round out the day, Colin got his new portable fire pit out and we enjoyed the heat and the flames as we sat out late into the evening. And just a little more, have a look at other parts of the reservoir from the air.
Almost perfectly calm. the ripples of the trout rising, but hardly a breath of wind. Good morning from Backwater Reservoir.
Just a little more of the bird life of Backwater Reservoir. And of course, the other users of the water. An enterprise dinghy sailing the length and breadth of the reservoir. I included this in the video because 40 years ago I used to race Enterprise and GP14 dinghies. That was a while ago. A sneaky place to build a nest. Again, no real sunset, just a glow in the sky as it turns gradually pink and goes towards dusk. And that brings us to the end of this video from Backwater Reservoir. Hope you join us next week for more photos, waffles and video as we travel around Scotland. Bye for now.